Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I am finally filming my battle of the drugstore foundations. I feel like I have been trying to film this for so long, but I am finally sitting down and doing it today. Sorry it took forever. I will have my battle of the drugstore primers linked down below if you want to see that. But without further ado, let's just dive in. I have 8 foundations to talk about today, and I do have a BB cream, but I think I'm actually going to film a battle of the drugstore BB creams too. Maybe drugstore BB CC creams. I don't know. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. But yeah, I think today I'm just going to talk about my foundations. So let's start with the foundation that I'm wearing on my face right this second, and that is the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I am in the shade Nude Beige W3. I had heard so much hype about this foundation, and I actually only picked this up for the purpose of this video. I bought it like probably 2 or 3 months ago, but I have been missing out so much. I don't know why I didn't pick this up sooner. It is absolutely incredible. I love this foundation. This foundation retails for $9.99. The only bad thing that I have to say about it is the packaging. It is in a little pour bottle, which isn't my favorite. I'd rather obviously have a pump or a squeezy tube, but beggars can't be choosers. I mean, I can definitely live with this. The product on the inside is beautiful. The finish is very natural. It's not matte, it's not dewy, it's very natural, very flawless finish. The coverage is great. You can build this up to get the coverage that you want, but by itself, one coat, the coverage is really good. It's about a medium to full coverage, I would say. The lasting power of this is really nice. I get a good solid 8 hours out of this without it breaking down on me or getting really weird. I do have dry skin, I probably should mention that, and this just works beautifully with dry skin, and I do know a lot of people with oily skin who do like this as well. So I think whatever your skin type, I think you're gonna love this. It doesn't clog pores, it doesn't sink into my fine lines or anything like that. It is just flawless. If you're on the fence about this foundation, go pick it up now. It is amazing. Another one from L'Oreal that I want to talk about is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation, and this one I picked up the shade W2. The True Match, I'm in the shade W3. I don't know why I did that, but I did. They both match me well enough. But this is the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation, so you open it up like so. You get a little puff with it, which I don't use, and then you open it like so, and then your foundation is in there like so. So basically how I apply this is I just take a wet beauty blender and I stick the butt in there. The butt, I don't know if that's the technical word for the beauty blender, but the fat side of the beauty blender I stick in there, and then just start dotting it on my face. I love the idea of cushion foundations. I think it's really cool idea. I like this packaging a lot better than this packaging. I hate the pouring and stuff like that. So I really like the idea of a cushion foundation. The one thing I do have to say about this one is, again, with the packaging, not necessarily the product on the inside, but this little part here, I just feel like it doesn't close very tightly. I wish that I got a nice click out of it and I really knew that everything was sealed in there. I'm just worried about it drying out a little bit faster. The next one I'm going to talk about is a cushion foundation, and that one tightens really well, so I like that. But this one doesn't really do that, so that's the one thing that I would change about this foundation. Also, the price. This foundation retails for $16.99, which I personally think is outrageous for a drugstore price. Drugstore prices are just shooting up left and right, and that's a little bit crazy for me, especially with how much product you get in the cushion foundation. A normal foundation, you get 1 fluid ounce, I believe. Let's see, the L'Oreal True Match has 1 fluid ounce, but with the cushion foundation, you get 0.5 an ounce. So you're getting essentially half of what you get with the True Match, and the True Match is almost half the price as the cushion foundation. So I don't know what's going on there. It doesn't make much sense to me. So it's a little bit pricey, but the product on the inside is beautiful. I love the finish that this gives. It's just a great, beautiful, luminous finish. Again, I do have dry skin, so this sits absolutely perfect on my face. I'm honestly not sure if you have oily skin, if you are gonna like this. If you do have oily skin, go ahead and leave your thoughts on this foundation in the comments below if you've tried it. I'm sure other people would like to know, and I'm also curious as to how oily skinned people like this foundation. Wear time on this, again, I get a good solid 8 hours out of this, as well with the True Match. Same lasting power. It doesn't break down on me. You can build this up if you want, but it is a solid, I would say, medium coverage. I think full coverage is kind of pushing it with this, but I think you could get full coverage out of it if you do, you know, keep layering it up. But for me, it's a solid medium coverage foundation, which works perfectly for me. I love it. I will definitely repurchase it when I run out of it. Okay, next one I want to talk about is another cushion foundation, and again, this one retails for $16.99, which I think is ridiculous for drugstore prices. This is the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc-Free All-in-One Cushion Foundation. This has an SPF of 50, which I do really like. Physicians Formula does tend to always be on the higher prices in the drugstore. I do like a lot of their products, but they are a little bit on the pricey side. Also, their shade range sucks. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they think that 3 people can fit into their shade ranges, because that is just absolutely insane. Both with the L'Oreal cushion and True Match, their shade range is unbelievable. There's like probably 10 or 15 shades in both these foundations, so you are definitely going to find the shade you are in the L'Oreal family. But the Physicians Formula, I think all of their foundations, like all of their BB creams, come in 3 shades. Light, actually let me look it up so I don't sound like an idiot. So they come in light, light medium, and medium. Really? It just doesn't make any sense to me. How about a dark? At least, like, give us 4 shades to choose from. But I have mine in the shade light, and it matches me okay. I can definitely wear it. This isn't my favorite foundation. It's a pretty light coverage. It tends to break up for me pretty quickly around my nose area, but I do like this for, you know, lighter makeup days, no makeup days, things like that. Again, it's the same sort of packaging as the L'Oreal True Match cushion. Opens up, you get a little puff, which I don't use, and then it has this little clasp thing, and then you have your product on the inside. This one though, I do really like the closure on this. You get a really nice click, and it's really hard to open back up. So I know that the product is going to stay nice and moist in here, and it's not going to dry out fast. It's really protected, so I really like the packaging on this, and also the outside packaging is super cute. Honestly though, I probably will not repurchase this when I use this up, just for the price and how it performs on my skin. It's just not my favorite. So I will definitely continue to use it for, you know, those no makeup days and things like that. But after that, I will probably not repurchase this. Next up, I want to talk about the e.l.f. Moisturizing Stick Foundation. This retails for $6. So this is extremely affordable. I love that about this product. I did do a review video, and I compared this versus the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. I will link that below if you're curious. But in a nutshell, I do really like this. I think it is a great alternative to the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. The couple things negative I do have to say about this is the packaging. Pretty shortly after I got it, the black started to scrape off, and I can't even like read the back anymore, and as you can see, it starts to come off on your fingers when you handle it. So that's a little bit annoying. Not the end of the world though. For a $6 foundation, I can't complain too much. Next, the one thing that I am not crazy about this foundation is that it doesn't blend out the best. It takes a little bit of work to get it blended out, but it's nothing horrible. It's definitely doable. It's not bad enough to make me not want to use this foundation anymore. For the $6 price tag, I can't complain too much. I am the shade Natural, I believe. The finish of this is really nice. It is a little bit on the dewy side. I would recommend setting this with a powder. I don't know how oily skin folks would feel about this. Again, if you are oily skinned and you've tried this, leave your thoughts down down below. I would love to hear about it, and I'm sure other people would too. But for me, since I have dry skin, it is absolutely perfect. The finish is beautiful. I love it. It does last quite a while on my skin. So all in all, I do really recommend this foundation. I think it is great for the price. Next up, I want to talk about the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. This foundation retails for $10.99, so it definitely is on the affordable side of things. Packaging wise, I really like the squeezy tube on this. The formula of this is kind of crazy. If you guys have never seen this before, let me show you. Like, just squeezing it out, you can see how thick this foundation is. Like, it's just holding on there, and it's just extremely thick and extremely moussey. So here it is. So yeah, it's just really thick and really moussey. When I first used this, I wasn't too sure about it. I mean, just looking at it, it's just really different from anything that I've ever used before, so I wasn't too sure. But the finish of this is stunning. I think that this one is definitely one of my favorite drugstore foundations that I've tried. Gives me a really good wear time. The coverage of this is definitely about medium to full. You can build this up without it getting cakey or gross on you. It's just a really nice foundation that just completely melts into the skin. I was first attracted to this foundation because of the fact that it is a soft matte hydrating foundation. I was really attracted to that as someone with dry skin because I love the looks of matte foundations, but I can't really wear a lot of them because of the fact that I do have dry skin. But I can definitely get away with this one. It is perfect. The finish is gorgeous. I don't even know how to describe it. It does give you a nice matte finish, but it's hydrating at the same time. Like, I don't know, it sounds weird, but it's so true. It's weird. I don't know. You'll have to try it for yourself. Again, if you have oily skin, let me know how you feel about this, because I'm not sure how someone with oily skin would do with this foundation since it is a hydrating matte. Very, very, very curious. But I personally love this foundation. Again, I can get about 8 hours of wear out of this without it breaking down. Definitely love it, and will be repurchasing it when I run out. Okay, another matte foundation that I absolutely love is the Maybelline Fit Me foundations, and these are the matte and poreless ones. I have never tried the, what is the other ones called? Like, they're dewy foundations. Same packaging like this, but it's just the hydrating form of this foundation. I have never tried that foundation because I fell so in love with the matte and poreless that I'd never felt the need to try the dewy ones. These are extremely affordable. They retail for $7.99. I think that these are the most, no, the e.l.f. foundation stick was the most affordable, but these come in second place being the most affordable. Again, I'm not crazy about the packaging of these. It is a pour bottle. I would rather have a squeezy tube or a pump, but the product on the inside is so good that it doesn't even bother me. I do have two shades here. I have a lighter one and a darker one. I have the shade 122 Creamy Beige and then the shade 112 Natural Ivy. I tend to mix these together a lot and just kind of customize my perfect shade because I love this foundation so much. Don't mind my cat's tail. He's hanging out. But again, someone with dry skin, I wasn't too sure how I would feel about this foundation being matte, but it is so not matte at all. I mean, it is matte, but it's not drying. I love the finish of these. I don't need to set this with a powder, obviously, because it is matte and it does a great job of kind of staying in place by itself. It's just a great foundation. I know that this one has been around for a long time and it's a lot of people's favorites, and for a good reason. But like most of the rest of these foundations, this is a good medium to full coverage, and I can get about 8 hours of wear out of these guys. They are incredible, and what I love about these is I think that both oily skin and dry skin and normal skin can wear these. So it's great for all skin types. It's just a great everyday all-around foundation. Next thing I want to talk about is this NYX HD foundation, and I was super excited when I saw this because I have not heard anyone talk about this foundation. So when I saw this, I was like, interesting. So I picked it up, and the first thing I noticed about this foundation is the price. It retails for $17.99. What? That's like high-end foundation price almost. That's insane. This is the most expensive drugstore foundation that I'm talking about today. I think it is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't like the formula of this on top of it, so it's really disappointing. But I have the shade, what shade do I have? I have the shade Sand Beige, which is a little bit dark for me, but I can make it work. What I don't like about this foundation, it is insanely drying on me. Insanely drying. It just sits on my skin, not good at all. I feel like it never really kind of like sunk in. It just kind of always sat on the top and I could see it, and it just felt drying and gross and looked really gross on my skin. I tried to wear this several times and I just can't hang with this foundation. If you've tried this foundation, let me know your thoughts on it, because again, I've never heard anyone talk about it, but maybe it's because it sucks. I don't know. But let me know if you've tried this. I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts on this. Okay, and last but not least, sorry, this video, I'm looking at the timestamp and I'm like at 30 minutes right now. Hopefully I can cut it down a little bit. It's gonna be a really long video. But last but not least, this is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation. So they say that this is supposed to be, what do they say it's supposed to be? A primer, a concealer, and a foundation. I think this is a great foundation, but I don't think you can use it as all three of those things. I definitely still use a primer and I still use a concealer, but the coverage of this is really, really good. And I really like how it sits on the skin. I have the shade 810, which is a little bit light for me right now, but I think in a couple months when we get later into winter, I think that this will be perfect for me. This is definitely a full coverage foundation. I really like the coverage on this, and I can build it up even more if I need to without it getting cakey or looking weird. So I really like that about this foundation. I also, of course, like that it has a pump. That is super important to me. Again, I can get about 8 hours wear time out of this, and again, the coverage is amazing. I don't really have too much to say about this foundation besides the fact that I do really like it. The coverage is really good. It sits on the skin really nicely. The finish is just a really nice natural finish. It's not too dewy and it's not matte. It's just perfect for every day. So I absolutely love this foundation. And I do want to pick it up in a couple other shades just so I have them. But like I said, this is in the shade 810 Classic Ivory, which is a little bit too light for me right now. Whew! Okay, that wraps up my battle of the drugstore foundations. Sorry this video is really long. Hopefully I can cut it down to at least like 20 minutes. Be awesome if I get it down to 15, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you guys have any drugstore foundation suggestions that I did not talk about today that you think I would love, please leave them down below. I would love to hear your suggestions. Up next will be Battle of the Drugstore concealers, or maybe I'll do Battle of the Drugstore BB creams next. I don't know. Let me know if you even want to see Battle of the Drugstore BB creams, because I'm kind of debating even filming that. I don't know, but definitely we'll be doing Battle of the Drugstore concealers. So if you have any suggestions for concealers that you definitely want me to pick up, please let me know. I will definitely do that for you guys. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. Please do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.